What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin and we are in the Cybertruck studios, and today we are going on our first work commute. We will be taking it to work. I'm going to be taking down the stats, the trip data and everything. So it's about 6 days since we took delivery. Right now we are doing about 405 watt hour per mile, which is the least efficient out of all the Teslas we've ever had. Trip A I've renamed to work and I've resetted it. But yeah, we're gonna do that. So in this video, we're just gonna go about our normal day. I have a few things planned today aside from work. Have to run errands, always running errands. But we're going to be comparing at the end with the Model Y Performance 2022, 2023 Rivian R1T dual motor performance, and a 2023 Model X Plaid. I've taken all of them to work, but I don't remember tracking what the trip data was. But what we could do is we could just go off on the lifetime watt hour per mile / miles per kilowatt hour and compare everything all together, and maybe even compare it to gas prices. One thing I love about the Cybertruck and the R1T is this space right here. I could throw my bag there and not have to like put it over here, or that's where my jacket is. But usually in the Model Y or the Model X, I'll throw my backpack and my jacket and everything there, and then when I have passengers, then it's just a hassle to move it out of the way. Yeah, I could throw it in the back, but I just like to have it at arm's reach. All right, so we are currently at 55% state of charge, or 174 miles in range. Usually I'll leave the house around 80% state of charge on any vehicle if I'm going to work. Rivian, I think I'll do 70%. But because I have the 3 months free supercharging, I don't charge at home. And it's been a little bit more inconvenient as far as just using it daily. Now, road trips, you have no choice. But yeah, so we're leaving the house at 55%. It says I'll be arriving to work at around 38%. So let's see how true that is. Traffic seems to be less than normal, better than normal. Looks like it. Because I think people are still on vacation. A lot of students are still off this week. It's the week after New Year's. All right, we have arrived at work. This is pretty amazing. So I'm actually surprised too. Used up 13 kilowatt hours of energy, and check this out. Average energy is 264 watt hour per mile. Now, here are some things to consider. It is more of a I'm not going to say a full downhill, but it is somewhat of a decline in elevation going in west from where I live. And then there is somewhat of an incline. So we will be using more energy going back home. Other things to consider today, once we compare some numbers, is the driving conditions is very different. We hardly had any traffic. We had some traffic, but not the usual traffic. Other things to also consider is cabin heat, overheat protection will be enabled, as well as Sentry mode. Plus the little side trips that I'm going to have is going to be different from what I usually do, because for lunch, I go to different places to go out and eat. I like to go out for lunch just to take a break, just to just leave my environment and just go somewhere else. And so that will vary depending on the distance, location, and all that. So stuff like that, just to consider that when we start comparing things. But yeah, 264 watt hour per mile is amazing. I don't know if you've noticed also, my lifetime watt hour per mile is 388. So it has improved. It was over 400. Driving to work, it's mostly freeway or highway miles, so you're a little bit more efficient when you're at constant speed. Okay, it is lunchtime. We are at 43% state of charge. I forgot to look when I came into work. But we did beat the approximate state of charge arrival, because I think it said like 38%. So it is currently 43. We're probably at 44, 45% when we came in this morning. But it is time for lunch and we're gonna go eat. All right, we are gonna start heading to West Covina Tesla. We may do a quick charge just for a little bit. There's a supercharger near the dealership. It's a 250 kilowatt. Currently we are at 41% state of charge. So let's get going. All right, we are here in West Covina Tesla. But yeah, so this is what's been going on. These cards, this pair of key cards, actually I don't think they're synced to the car. If you see the pattern on the back of this card, that is not what the usual Cybertruck card looks like. The shape of I guess the vehicle that's supposed to be in the back of these cards should match the card that it like is paired to. The Cybertruck is more triangle, so these aren't the one. And plus I've been trying to snap them on, or like put them on the not the cup holder but the wireless charger over there to try to use, and they just don't work. I was able to pair one of them using the Tesla app, but I'm just gonna go check in and see if they can get me the actual Cybertruck cards. All right, we are at the Tesla Supercharger here in West Covina by 85 degrees. I believe this is off Citrus. We arrived at 33% state of charge. We are climbing up. 172 kilowatt in speed. We are going up. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Are we gonna hit over 200? 201, ladies and gents. 203. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This feels like my Rivian. If this was the Model X, I think at 35%, it's probably going to be about the same charging speed, and it'll drop to about 180-ish. So we just dropped by service. I asked them a few questions about the appointment. I asked them about the scratch, fixing the scratch. It's kind of true that it could get worse, but they're just gonna go and check it out along with the other concerns that I have. They didn't mention any cost. I asked them about the invoice, the estimate, but it's only a formality. Usually things will fall under warranty, so we'll see. I did not mention that this is a demo vehicle, but we'll see. Finally home. This is where the fun begins. But before I get started, do realize that the trip data is off of actual usage of the Cybertruck today. Model X Plaid, Model Y Performance, and Rivian R1T. I'm going off of their averages. We're going to take a look at 3 columns. We're going to look at total energy used for driving 146 miles today. So with the Cybertruck, it's 50. With the Model X Plaid, we're off of averages, it would have used 49. Model Y Performance, again, off of averages, it's 41. And then the R1T is 57. So this is based off of if we take total miles driven and divided it by the mile per kilowatt hour. So how we get total energy is we take the total miles driven and divided it by mile per kilowatt hour. From there, we're going to take total energy in kilowatt hours and multiply it by cost per kilowatt hour. I have used different increments so you guys could play around with that, but we have 16 cents, 26 cents, 36 cents, so on and so forth. I just want to focus on California. Average is 36 cents, but you know, anyway, if we're looking at 36 cents per kilowatt hour, the Cybertruck would have cost $18 to drive 146 miles. Model X Plaid, $17.64. Based on average, my Model X Plaid and today's driving with the Cybertruck, the efficiency is fairly similar. 2.92 versus 2.98. Model Y Performance, it would have cost $14.76, and the R1T $20.52. Using the same distance, if we look at gasoline trucks, I just took 3 trucks. The Ford Raptor 2024, Google says it's 14 miles per gallon. The Ram 1500 TRX is 10 miles per gallon, and the GMC Sierra Denali 23 miles per gallon. Again, these are all off Google. I don't own these cars. Last I checked, gas in California is a little over $4 for like the low quality or the 87 gasoline. So we'll just look at $3.99 per gallon. If we look at the Ford Raptor, it would have cost $41.61. The TRX at $58.25, and the GMC Denali $25.33. That's not bad. 23 miles per gallon for that GMC Denali. But you can see that there are some cost savings. If we were to take the R1T and compare it to the GMC Denali, the differences aren't really too bad, just a few dollars off from each other. But if you were to compare and take the Cybertruck, it's actually a little bit more efficient, actually a lot more efficient. But yeah, again, this is just playing with numbers. You could play around with this spreadsheet. It is available in the video description. There is a link there. It's on Google Drive. It's a public spreadsheet. If you do find it useful, please do let people know about my channel so I can get more subscribers and build that up. But yeah, what do you all think about the calculations? Let me know if there are any errors that I've made, and we'll do another video to correct them. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I love playing with data. I love playing with numbers. Again, nothing scientific. This is just off of average. The only true trip data I got was off the Cybertruck, because that is what I drove today, and that's what I took note of. Now, the Model X Plaid has been driven about 14,000 miles, something like that. The Model Y Performance is sitting at 44,000 miles, and the Rivian R1T is right about 8,000 miles. All of those vehicles I have driven to work. All of those vehicles are mostly freeway or highway miles, which pretty much is my commute to work. So if we take the Cybertruck as just an example, $18 today, let's just say Monday through Friday, commute doesn't change, and the efficiency is pretty much right around that number. You're looking at $90 per week. In a month, you're looking to spend roughly $360, 4 weeks in a month. So give or take $360 to $375 to drive the Cybertruck to work every month, considering that there are 4 weeks in a month. Let me know in your area how much it would cost to drive the Cybertruck. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other EV, like a GMC Hummer EV or the Denali EV or the R1S. If you have your miles per kilowatt hour and you have driven over 10,000 miles or so, I mean, that's a pretty good number to get that average. Plug it into the formula and let me know what the cost would be. Please use the California average at 36 cents and let me know what it looks like in your area as well. I am curious. Let's just play around with these numbers. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, if you haven't caught the video where I calculated something similar but on the free lifetime supercharging, do check out that video.